Alright everyone, yes we are. What's up guys, your boy McKinley Crain here. Today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review of Blade Runner Black Lotus Season 1, Episode 1. Now let's get into it. So this is it's both an Adult Swim and a Crunchyroll original adult cartoon animated series. And it's a canon Blade Runner series, meaning that it's canon to the movies. This takes place 17 years before 2049, Blade Runner 2049. And is about a young woman who finds out that she's a replicant, and this young woman is referred to as Ellie, but is also referred to as Black Lotus. And this episode is like an introductory episode to who she is. She has amnesia at the beginning of this episode, and you know, this episode is mostly about her, like, kind of trying to figure out who she is, where she is, who made her. Well, not exactly who made her, but, like, who made her, like, the way she is, who caused her amnesia. And she keeps having these flashbacks in this episode, about her past, and she's trying to figure out, like, what those mean, and where those came from. Anyway, this is a very thrilling series. It's a very thrilling episode. I have seen both of the current Blade Runner Black Lotus episodes. I watched them both earlier today. But I'm reviewing the first episode in this video. Like, only the first episode in this video. I'm going to review the second episode in a different video. Anyway, I have always been a big fan of Blade Runner. I've been a big fan of Blade Runner for a while now. I've seen both of the movies, and the three short films that are canon to it. And when I heard about Blade Runner Black Lotus, I was really excited. And then we saw, like, the first trailer that was dropped, and I was just like, well, this doesn't look like Blade Runner, but it still looks great. And then we got the second trailer, which was even better than the first, and improved on the original, and actually felt a lot more like Blade Runner, if that makes sense. Which made me even more hyped. And when I finally saw this first episode, I watched this episode with subtitles, by the way. I watched the second one in like an English dub. Just cause that was the only way I could. It's a long story that I don't really want to get into. Anyway, I thought that the animation in this episode was awesome. It can look weird, but, like, weird in a good way, if that makes sense. And this, for those of you who are wondering, this show does feel like Blade Runner, and this episode feels like Blade Runner. But since this is, like, technically anime, you know, it's got a little bit of, you know, like, Japanese culture mixed into there, like, you know, there's, like, Black Lotus's main weapon is, like, a samurai sword, which she uses in a lot of awesome action scenes in this episode, which really make this episode what it is and make it awesome and make it perfect. This episode is really short. It's only like 22 minutes long, and it feels shorter. There are no pacing issues. It is technically a slow episode, but a slow episode in a good way. And it has a lot of likable characters so far. It has a lot of likable characters in it. Black Lotus is pretty likable. We don't know a lot about her, but she's a pretty likable protagonist in this episode. And, you know, we want her to find out more about who she is and why she has all this amnesia. And this episode is, in the Blade Runner fashion, deep. It is a deep episode. It's got some deep psychological themes mixed into it, which are part of what make Blade Runner what Blade Runner is. And this episode lives up to its title, and it earns the right to call itself an episode of Blade Runner Black Lotus. And it has a lot of great editing and just great storytelling, great action scenes. It's very entertaining. If you're a Blade Runner fan, you'll probably like this. It's not for everyone, but I know there are going to be a lot of... It's an acquired taste, but I know there are going to be a lot of people like me who really like this. Anyway, I'm going to give this episode a 100% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A+. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.